Festival.
Hey there, Ben Mankiewicz with you. Thanks for watching TCM and tonight's lineup of movies featuring characters pursuing objects of desire. So far, we've had the Wicked Witch trying to take Dorothy Gale's ruby slippers in The Wizard of Oz, and for the first time ever on TCM, we featured Indiana Jones trying to keep the Ark of the Covenant from the Nazis in Steven Spielberg's classic Raiders of the Lost Ark with Harrison Ford leading the cast. Up next, a movie so clearly trying to rip off Raiders that I was mad at it as soon as I saw the trailer, but then I watched the movie and it was awesome. Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner forge an unlikely bond as they set out to find a precious jewel. From 20th Century Fox in 1984 with a screenplay that was actually written before Raiders by Diane Thomas, this is Romancing the Stone. Turner is Joan Wilder, a romance novelist whose real life is far less exciting than the stories she publishes. Not for long. She receives a mysterious package, a treasure map. Then come mysterious and disturbing instructions. Bring the map to Cartagena, Colombia, if she ever wants to see her sister alive again. Soon, Joan Wilder finds herself in a remote part of Colombia, lost, in heels, with no clue how to rescue her sister, which is when Michael Douglas enters the picture as a dashing adventurer named Jack T. Colton, which is a great made-up movie name. In addition to starring in Romancing the Stone, Douglas also produced the film. He'd built a great resume as a producer, though he had only done it twice before. Both movies were critical and box office hits. The China Syndrome from 1979, and before that, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest from 1975. The Oscar winner for Best Picture, starring Jack Nicholson, directed by Milos Forman. Romancing the Stone became another big hit for Douglas, one of the highest-grossing movies in 1984. Its success cemented Douglas and Kathleen Turner as two of the biggest stars of the decade. It also gave an important boost to director Robert Zemeckis, who'd only directed 2 feature films prior to this, but went on to make some of the most popular movies of the 80s and 90s, including all 3 Back to the Future films, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Forrest Gump from 1994. This one's from 1984, also with Danny DeVito and Mary Ellen Trainor, Zemeckis' wife at the time. This is Romancing the Stone. With its near-perfect blend of action, romance, comedy, and adventure, Romancing the Stone became one of the most popular movies in 1984, giving a major boost to the careers of everybody involved, including Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas, who also produced the film, as well as director Robert Zemeckis. It also helped singer-songwriter Eddie Grant, who 2 years earlier told us that we're going to rock down to Electric Avenue. And then, and this is an important and overlooked part, we'll take it higher. Oi! Grant also wrote and sang the title track to the Romancing the Stone soundtrack. I'm romancing the stone, never leaving your poor heart alone. Every night and every day, I'm gonna love the hurtin' away. I was sort of a big Eddie Grant fan in my late teenage years. Anyway, for Kathleen Turner, this was just her 3rd movie role following her sizzling debut in the 1981 neo-noir Body Heat, and her role as Steve Martin's wife in the 1983 comedy The Man with Two Brains. Michael Douglas, believe it or not, was also just getting started as a leading man in movies over the next decade. He starred in some of the biggest hits of his career, Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, and his Oscar-winning role in Wall Street. The chemistry between Douglas and Turner was so palpable in Romancing the Stone, and it made so much money that the two quickly teamed up for a sequel, The Jewel of the Nile, released 1 year later. Danny DeVito, who'd once been Michael Douglas's roommate, also returned to play Ralph. 4 years later, all three actors reunited to make the dark comedy The War of the Roses, which Danny DeVito also directed. Coming up, another adventure set in ancient Greece and featuring groundbreaking special effects by Ray Harryhausen. Jason and the Argonauts is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Jason and the Argonauts, then the Maltese Falcon, and later Navy Blue and Gold. Set sail for TCM tonight.
Toast the holidays